Marjorie Taylor Greene voted for the big, beautiful bill. She was on Trump's side with every domestic policy issue that you just said Massie impeded. Her blasphemy was the same as Massie's, which
in Marjorie. Did you listen to me?
I know you don't want this point. I know you don't want this point out. I know you don't want this point out. But no, because it's bull. Everything, this whole narrative is bull. This is all about anger at Massie because he voted against the big, beautiful bill. He was at least as angry at Marjorie Taylor Greene, even though she voted for the big, beautiful bill.
Our member Box writes in and says that the mainstream media says that Thomas Massie's loss in the GOP primary race for Kentucky's 4th district, it's a House seat, MSM, mainstream media, says it was Trump's endorsement or lack of endorsement, not AIPAC. I have a feeling this is some of what Glenn Greenwald gets into during this debate panel on Piers Morgan Uncensored. So look, Greenwald argued against the notion that Representative Thomas Massie was ousted simply for opposing Donald Trump's domestic policies. In fact, Glenn Greenwald, and I agree with him wholeheartedly on this, stated that Massie was targeted for his positions on Israel. That is the truth. And he was arguing against Outkick founder Clay Travis in the clip that we just showed you. There's more of Greenwald and Travis going at it. But first, let's hear Greenwald specifically lay out his case because it's bigger than just Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, like I said, has become public enemy #1 for Trump. He drove her out of Congress, called her a traitor repeatedly. She voted for the big, beautiful bill. She voted for all of Trump's domestic issues. Her blasphemy was that she began objecting to Trump's wars in the Middle East, bombing of Yemen, arming the Israelis, bombing Iran, getting involved in a new war with Iran. Look at the people who Donald Trump has waged war on, who were once his allies. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Alex Jones. All of these people had no problem with the big, beautiful bill. They all have one thing in common. They're infuriated in general about US largesse going to Israel, and anger in particular that Donald Trump with Benjamin Netanyahu started the war in Iran. That is what gets you on Trump's angry list.
Facts. It's true. I mean, I love the example that he provided there because Marjorie Taylor Greene did vote for the big, beautiful bill. Thomas Massie didn't because he is a fiscal hawk and he had a problem with the spending along with some of the provisions there that Republicans purport to not like, but they voted for it anyway. Massie's principled, he didn't do it. But regardless, you juxtapose MTG who voted for the big, beautiful bill, Thomas Massie who didn't. Trump treated them both the same. He wanted to oust both of them from Congress. So what is the through line? What's the issue that binds politicians who have drawn Trump's ire together? They don't give Israel and everything and anything they want. It's obvious. It's so obvious. And then they try to do this little trick with Massie where they're like, oh, well, Massie was against Department of Homeland Security funding. And that goes against Trump's agenda because Trump really wants to do something about illegal immigration. No, Massie voted against that bill because that bill also allocated a ton of funding for CISA, which is something that Republicans in general loathe, because they feel that that policy is implemented in a way that censors Americans from their free speech. Oh, wow, the Israel firsters must have forgotten to mention the real reason why he voted against that bill, right? Man, Zionist mouth is moving, he or she is lying. Like just assume it because it's usually true. So Travis wasn't buying it. Oh, wow, what a shocker. So that led to some fireworks. So let's take a look at how that went.
Trump wanted Massie out before he ever bombed Iran the first time. In June of 2025, James Blair, who is President Trump's top advisor, posted on Twitter, I hope you enjoy your final term in Congress. There may be multiple reasons why Massie lost. The reason Trump wanted him out in
that was when they bombed Iran. That was when they bombed Iran, Clay, in June of 2025.
It was before they bombed Iran. They wanted him out over the big, beautiful bill. They said, you're gone. Israel was not even an issue at the point in time in 2025 when Trump said, you're out. And so he does not like Thomas Massie.
That was when the Israel attacked Iran. That was a 12-day war.
He hasn't liked him for years. Look, I like Massie. The truth of the matter is Kentucky 4th congressional district members, the voters, they like Trump more than they like Massie.
Travis, we're not stupid. Okay, the Israel lobby spent tens of millions of dollars in defeating Massie. Okay, why did Trump fail in primarying Massie in previous elections? Actually, more importantly, why did Trump turn on Massie? What's his problem with Massie? Massie refuses to provide funds to Israel. And by the way, in terms of the rationale, Massie's different from me. I hate Israel. I don't want to fund Israel. I don't want to support Israel. I don't want to be allied with Israel. I want nothing to do with Israel. I want to decouple. That's not the case with Massie. Massie is a fiscal hawk, an actual fiscal hawk. He looks at our national debt. He sees it as a problem. He doesn't want to fund a foreign country or a foreign country's, excursions, genocides, wars, border expansion projects. That's where Massie's coming from. And that's what drew Trump's ire. Massie, saw that Epstein and his cronies were getting away with a lot, wanted transparency for the American people, wanted to release the Epstein files, something the Israelis really didn't want. If you notice, the Zionists here in the United States were all saying the same things at the same time. Kevin O'Leary, no one in America cares about the Epstein files. No one gives a poop, he would say. Ben Shapiro, I guess there's no Epstein files. That's what the administration is saying. Let's move it along, nothing to see here. Why is it that all the Israel firsters were so salty about Massie's efforts in getting the files released? Is it because Epstein was working for the Israelis? Yeah, that's why. And the release of the files that we've had access to indicate that aside from potentially running a blackmail operation on behalf of the Israelis, he was also making all sorts of business deals for the Israeli government. We're not stupid. That's the thing that drives me crazy. They rub this crap in your face, and then they're like, what? We didn't do that. We're not stupid, Travis. Let's go to the next video.
It's just so funny when conservatives lose races, it's because of George Soros money and because the media is all aligned against them and all these institutions are against them. When a conservative gets the way they want in an election, like Thomas Massie defeat, we go to 3rd grade civics class and it's like a Jimmy Stewart movie. Oh, the citizens of Kentucky listened to both sides and they evaluated who they like best. Every president commands a cult of personality. I watch Democrats start cheering.
Your argument is that the people of Kentucky's 4th who voted for 10 points for Gallrein, which is really just an endorsement of Trump, aren't smart enough to vote in their own interest and made a poor choice.
My argument is that as conservatives constantly argue when they lose elections, a major factor in why people vote, who have full-time jobs, who are taking care of kids, who don't follow the news the way people like us do, who are paid to do it, that ads and all kinds of being bombarded with media stories. I don't even think in a 3rd grade civics class they would descend to this level where they pretend that money in politics is a non-issue.
Glenn Greenwald is just demonstrably correct. He's just demonstrably correct. I'm sorry, but like this whole game that keeps getting played, where again, Israel and their Zionist operatives in the United States will rub things in your face, rub it in your face. We are doing this. They'll get on a loudspeaker and literally talk about how they're doing it, why they're doing it, and how it's gonna work. And then when an American citizen points it out, acknowledges it, what are you talking about? We didn't do that. Are you anti-Semitic? Do you support Hamas? That's what it is. And I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. The thing with Travis is that he's not, sophisticated enough to pull a fast one on people who are paying attention. So that's what I think. Luckily, Glenn was there to call a spade to help prevent the gaslighting of the American people. We see what's going on. We're not stupid.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. totally not true. But it does keep you updated on our live shows.